All right. Good afternoon. Hope you had a great weekend. We're going to go ahead and get going. So we'll um, start in a child's pose really, really quick, and then we'll kind of get moving. But start with those knees together. No, not the knees together. Those toes together. Knees can come a little bit wider. Press those hips back to the heels. Rest that head down onto the ground or onto your mat. Kind of take a breath. Soften that chest down. Get a little stretch to the shoulders, to that upper back. And now let's lift up. Walk those hands over to that right side of the mat. Big reach through that left arm, pressing the right or the left hip back to that left heel. And we'll come to center. And then let's go over to that left side. Big reach through that right arm. Press those hips back. Then walk it back to center. Come on to hands and knees. Little cat-cow. So inhale, drop that belly. Lift the chest, lift the tailbone, look up. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, round. One more time. Inhale, lift. And round. And neutral spine. Walk those hands forward. So you can have the hands down or you can be on your fingertips. This gives you a little bit more stretch, but still big press down. Pull the hands towards each other and back a little bit. Stabilizing through those shoulders. Bring that forehead, that chest towards the mat. Let's round that spine. Draw that belly up and then a little tuck of the chin. Come out of it. And then exhale, soften right back into it. Again, round. Pull that belly in, tuck the chin. Inhale, forward and down with that chest. One more round through it. Round. And bring it forward, lengthen out. Let's lower onto those forearms. Come forward to our plank. Holding here, warming up through that core. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A little marches, so just pick that right leg up, down. Left leg lifts and down. So we'll go right 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower those hips down. Point the toes. Draw the elbows back. Lift up through that top of the head. And soften it down. Hands underneath those shoulders. Reverse that plank. Then send those hips up to that inverted V shape. Stretching out those hamstrings. Hips are pressing up. Heels are pressing down. And then walk it, the hands to your feet. Hands come to the shins. And slide it down, fold. Slight bend into those knees. Let's come up to standing. Reach up nice and tall. Interlace those fingers. Okay, pulling those hands back a little bit more. And now flip those palms up. So try not to arch through that back as we do this. And find that side bend over to the right side. Inhale it back up. Exhale to the left side. Inhale, bring it back up. Release those hands as we fold. Let that head hang. So let's bring the hands to the shins. Big stretch through the hamstrings now. So obviously when we lift up, might take some of that stretch out of the hamstrings, but we want to lift up through that chest, lift up through that tailbone. Think flexing the tops of the thighs, your quads here. Okay, that's not to lock out or hyperextend those knees, but just keep that solid bend in these and then flex the quads. We'll feel that big stretch through the backs of the legs. We can slide those hands down just a teeny tiny bit more. Maybe a little more. Think scooping the chest, scooping up through that tailbone. Really flat back. One more breath. Good, and then fold. Just let it hang nice and heavy. And bend into those knees, flatten out that back, rise up to standing, reach it up, core tight, reach those arms back, and then interlace the fingers, flip the palms up, side stretch over to the right, back to center, to the left. Bring it back up, release and fold. Flat back on that inhale. Flex those quads just slightly. Slide the hands down a little further, and a little further. And then last time, bring it back up, reach those arms up, interlacing those fingers, pull the hands back, keep that core tight, flip the palms up, side stretch to the right. Inhale it up, to the left. Inhale, bring it back up, and fold. Lengthen out. Slide the hands down a little more, and a little more. Little sway. And now plant those hands. Let's step those feet back to our plank. Hold it here. Warming up that core. Now we're going to take our right leg, lift up just slightly, bring that right knee to that right elbow, send it straight back into that plank. Left leg lifts to the left elbow, bring it straight back out. Okay. Switching, alternating. Here we go. So 10, let's go right, left, 9, 8, 7, really controlled. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Plank, hold, really, really strong. And then hips up to the sky. Into that down dog. And we'll step that right foot to that right thumb. Back knee lowers down. Let's twist that right arm up. Press hips forward. Keep that core really, really tight. And lower that hand down. Straighten that front leg. Pull the toes back. Then rebend into that front knee. Inhale. Both arms will reach up overhead. So you might have to adjust a little bit. So straighten that front leg a little bit more so the hips are stacked over that back knee. The core tight. Get this neutral spine, and then start to press it forward without moving through that spine. So a lot of times when this hip flexor is really tight to press forward, this doesn't stretch, the hip flexor doesn't stretch, that back just starts to arch. Okay, so we want to take that out of it and get that good stretch through that front part of that thigh. Reach the arms up. Again, so nothing changes in that back. I know mine does a little bit, but I have pretty tight hip flexors as well. And then from there, right hand's gonna lower down, left arm reaches up and over. One more breath. Then reach those arms up, lower the hands down. Now again, we'll twist. Option, start to bend that back knee. So maybe you're just right here. Maybe that's all we're at this point. Maybe you can reach back, grab onto that foot, keep that core really tight, bringing that heel to the middle of the left cheek, to your left glute. Okay, and then press that foot into the hand if you have it, and then pull it back in a little bit more. Let's do that one more time. Press, hold, keep breathing, and then pull that knee in a little bit more, and release. Switching sides. Let's bring that left foot to the left thumb. Back knee lowers down. Twist, left arm up. Lower that hand down. Straighten that front leg, pulling the toes back. Keep the back flat. Let's rebend into that knee. We're gonna bring our arms up overhead, or maybe even bring them to the hips first. So hips are level, neutral spine, core tight as you press those hips forward. Okay, reaching those arms up. Press the hips forward a little bit more. And then find that side stretch. So left hand comes down, right arm reaches up and over. And we'll come back up. Let's lower those hands down. And we'll twist again. Left arm reaches up. So again, start to lift that back foot off. So maybe it's just right here. Or maybe you can, this side might be a little tighter. Reach back. Ooh, there it is. Grab that foot. Press that foot into the hand. And then pull it back towards you. And press, press, press. Pull it back. Let's do one more press. And pull that heel to the glute. Go ahead and release that foot down. Step it back to our down dog. Let's roll it forward to that plank position. So again, those mountain climbers out to the elbow. So a little bit wider, knee to the right. 10, 9, slow and controlled. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hips up, down dog. Right foot to that right thumb. And repeat this. See if it loosened up at all this second time around. Start by twisting. Right arm reaches up. Lower the hand down. Both arms up, core tight. Active through those feet. Now side bend, right hand down, left arm reaches up and over. Now reach both arms up, hands lower down. As we twist right arm up, bend into that back knee, reach for that foot. Press that foot into the hand. And then pull it back towards you. Press the foot back. And pull it towards you. One more time, press. And pull. And go ahead and release. Step that leg back, down dog. Let's go other side. Left foot steps through. Back knee down, twist. Lower that hand down. Straighten that front leg, pull the toes back. And then rebend. Oh, getting ahead of myself. Come on up first. And then side stretch over to that left side. Bring both arms up. Hands lower down. Now we'll twist and bend that back knee, reaching for that foot. Push the foot into the hand. And pull it back towards you. Press. And pull. One more time, press. And pull. Go ahead and release. Step it back to that down dog. We'll come forward to our plank one last time. A little core work. So right knee, right elbow. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Plank. And hips up. Downward facing dog. Now let's step both feet, top of the mat. Flatten out that back. And fold. You can just let that head, torso hang heavy. Maybe grab opposite elbows. Big, big stretch through those hamstrings. Then go ahead and rise on up. Open up. So we're facing that long edge of the mat. We're going to turn those toes out. Let's lunge over to, so if I'm mirroring you guys, your left side. See, hips down, chest is up. Hands can be on the ground or at heart center. It's a little bit more challenging. Keep the hips low. Let's go over to the right side. Low, over to the left. And to the right. To the left. And to the right. Bring it to center, toes in, heels out, nice flat back, and fold. And rebend into those knees. Go ahead and rise on up, step those feet up to the top of the mat. Now, a little more quad. We're gonna bend into that right foot, or right knee, grab it, bring the knees together. You're taking that arch out of the low back, so that knee might come forward if those hip flexors are really tight. It's okay. Same idea as before. Pressing that foot into the hand, really engage through the abs, through the core, pressing it back a little bit more. And maybe release it, pull that knee a little bit closer, or that heel a little bit closer, knees together, and then push that knee back a little bit more. So one more time, press, press, press that foot to the hand. And then relax it. So when I say relax it, we're not pressing that foot into the hand, but we're still actively pulling that knee back. Big stretch all along here. Now release, cross that ankle over, sink those hips back. Now we're working that outer hip. And bring it back up. Uncross it, let's go other side. Grabbing onto that left foot, knees together first, core tight, press that foot back. Hold, hold, hold. And then release, so just that knee is pulling back now. Heel is right by that hip, that glute. Press back a little more. And pull and relax. Press. Pull it back in. Last time, press. And bring it back and hold it here. Now we'll cross that ankle over that thigh. Sink those hips back. Go ahead and rise on up. Uncross, reach the arms up, flat back fold. Let's do a little bit wider stance, so walk those feet out. So especially that right foot out to that outside edge of the mat. You can turn the toes out just a few degrees and we'll take a big step back with that left foot. Lower that knee down. So we're coming into that lizard lunge, that little bit wider lunge. Chest pulls forward, back flat, and start to bend those elbows. We're going into a push-up, maybe lowering those forearms all the way down towards the mat. That knee open up a little bit wider. And then come back onto those hands. Let's straighten that front leg. Pull the toes back. And then we bend into that knee. Switch back to down dog. And then we'll go to the other side. Left foot steps out. Outside that hand. Back knee lowers. Push up. And then be making your way onto those forearms. Holding in here for a couple breaths. And come back onto your hands. Straighten that front leg. Pull the toes back. And rebend into that knee. Let's step it back to that down dog. Hold here for a few breaths. Really press the hips up. Press those heels down. Let's lower onto those knees. Let's stretch through those shoulders. So walk those hands out. So you can be on the fingertips or on those palms. The hands or fingertips are pulling back and towards each other. That head comes down. Maybe that chest comes down. Hold it here. Breathe. And then go ahead and bring it back up. Let's come to a seat. Just cross-legged is fine. Hands on the knees, sitting up tall, closing down those eyes. Take a big breath in through the nose and out through the nose. A couple more breaths just like that. Just find a little more calm, a little bit more relaxation before we continue on with the rest of your day. All right. Blinking those eyes open. Thank you so much. Have a great day. And then we have yoga tonight. Intermediate yoga is tonight. So hope to see you there. But otherwise, have a good one.